on this episode, we are stepping way outside our comfort zone.
We have left the fall drives behind.
We are going kayak camping.
What could possibly go wrong? This is so cool! Our trip starts just outside of Tumut at Junction Bridge.
Now, this right here also happens to be one of the fastest flowing parts of the river, so we are jumping right into the deep end.
And it's probably not the wisest decision when we haven't done a whole lot of kayaking before. We'll see how we go.
Look, we're naively confident we'll be okay, and of course we've got the life jackets at the ready, but let's hope we don't need them because that water is very cold.
Very, very cold.
Mate, what a day for it. How good is it?
This is a cracker. It's looking a bit dicey up here. We'll see how we go.
I love the fact that when we put in here, we are going from 0 to 100 very, very quickly.
Yeah, this is a good crash course for a couple of beginners, right?
Sure, we can definitely say that. All right, shall we get into it?
Yeah, let's do it. Oh yeah, that's I'm sort of in, yeah. I'm accelerating fast.
It's fine. It's cool.
There's a bit of flex in the kayak, so it actually
rides it nice, eh? This is easy. This is a piece of cake. This is fun. Famous last words. How good is this? Now, one of the coolest things about the Tumut River is all this water we're paddling down was 6 months ago snow up on top of the mountains in the Snowy River. It runs right down through all the reservoirs and the dams of the Snowy Hydro project, down through Junimar, down through Tau Bingo, right down through the back of Tumut. And I'll tell you something, it is freezing. So Kano, swag's on the back, mate. It's going to be a good night to camping tonight, but I've got a question for you. I want to know, how do you reckon you're going to go tonight camping with just a swag, no good solar, no lithium batteries, none of that epic 12 volt you used to?
But the real question is, Brenno, how are you going to go without your fridge?
Hey, don't you worry, talking about tricks up the sleeve. Oh, I've got one.
Okay.
I wouldn't be going anywhere without cold beer, even on a kayak.
All right. It's tightening up a bit up ahead. Gets a little bit narrow. Perhaps a couple of rapids, we'll see. This bit's like a water slide, hard right-hander coming up.
Tokyo Drift.
We're going straight for the rapids here, straight for the chute.
Oh, how good is this?
All right, here we go. It gets a bit shallow here.
You dead set wouldn't think, if you weren't into kayaking, that you could do something like this in a kayak that an hour ago was in the back of the four-wheel drive, like in a backpack, right?
You can carry it by yourself in a backpack to the water's edge, pump it up in 5-10 minutes. You know, I think we're probably just underselling a bit, only trying to do one night, Bretto. Let's just keep going.
Now, Carney's obviously trying to stitch me up here. They are not rapids in any sense of the word, but that river's running pretty hard, and it is an enjoyable paddle.
We did do a bit of research, spoke to one of our mates who lives locally, and he did warn us this river can change pretty rapidly depending on how much they're letting out of the reservoirs. We had a good look at it before we jumped in, but with the right plan, the right gear, and of course a bit of common sense, anyone can give this a go.
So what the camera's not showing here is just how hot it is today. It's 37 degrees on the temperature scale and that sun is reflecting straight back up off the water.
And that's why we've packed pretty light. We've kept our kayaks really nice and maneuverable and light. We haven't overloaded with gear, but importantly, we've got all the gear that we do need.
So of course we've got some safety gear, we've got our swags, we've got food and water. Put all that together and you get a nice minimalist light setup that's super easy on the kayak, but you've also got everything you need when you get to camp.
Now good is that?
This is so cool. I feel like I'm on a ride at SeaWorld.
So mate, I have a little surprise in store for us for dinner tonight.
If it's like your last surprise, bro, where it was nothing, I'm not interested.
No, the surprise is it's something this time. Now, I'm pretty serious. So we've obviously, look, the big challenge here, we're away from the fridge, we're away from the batteries, all that sort of stuff. We joked before about the fact I have not forgotten the beer, but I also haven't forgotten the food. Had to do a little bit of thinking, start thinking what sort of stuff doesn't need refrigeration. I mean, yeah, you could eat a tin of baked beans if you wanted, but it's such a good day for paddle, and I thought, we can't just eat something plain like that, so I've got something that you're going to froth on, man, seriously.
I'm already excited. Oh, there's a couple of rapids there. I think just power through it.
How good is that? So I've got to admit, mate, this was a lot easier than I expected. I honestly didn't know what to expect, really, but I thought it might be a bit out of my comfort zone. It's a piece of cake, right?
Yeah, and it all packs up into a backpack.
Crazy.
You keep saying it, but I'm sold.
You know the best thing? I'm not too sure, but I think this is our campsite just up here, mate.
I'm looking forward to that dinner you promised me.
Dinner? Oh, it's beer o'clock, dude.
How good. What a sick day.
I'll tell you what, that was almost too easy. I reckon we've got to do a bigger one next time.
And all on something that fits in a backpack.
Absolutely crazy. I am absolutely sold on these things. They are so good.
There's my swag.
Oh, nice. Here's mine.
You said something about a little dinner trick.
Haha, yes. Well, we'll get the fire going and I'll show you what I've got because it's not roughing it. It's a little bit of gourmet.
Okay, gourmet.
Gourmet, and it's all in that blue bag over there.
All right.
Almost forgot about something here, mate.
What do you got?
Well, it's a beautiful day. Told you I wouldn't forget the beers, but I have a little trick to get them nice and cold. Mate, I reckon this is my kind of fishing. Forget that fishing rod.
Yeah. Well, you're guaranteed to catch something there.
Yeah, you gotta catch a hangover, I reckon. Oh, biggest thing caught down here in ages. How good is that? Oh, that is chilled to perfection.
Yeah?
Oh, you keen for one?
Oh, yeah.
There you go, mate.
All right.
Chilled by snowy mountain water. All right, so that was an epic afternoon's paddling. We're at camp. Kahn's having a flick. I don't think he's going to catch much, so I'm going to get dinner ready. And as I said earlier, had to have a bit of a think about what we could take that didn't need refrigeration. So what we've got here, potatoes. We've got the mighty Spam, a couple of cans of stag chili. We've got a little bit of paprika and some cream cheese. And I am cooking long life loaded fries. Let's get into it. Well, there you go, mate. What do you reckon? Long life chili cheese fries.
Looks pretty good, and it's better than the fish that I didn't catch.
And how good is that? Everything there came from the dry bag. No refrigeration needed.
You offered us, you said there'd be a surprise. I'm surprised. That looks like a real meal.
Well, I'll tell you what, I think the real surprise is going to be if I can get it off the plate and onto this plate without dropping it in the fire, but we'll give it a crack.
Spatula boy. Look at that. That's beauty. This is exactly what you need after a big day of kayaking.
I wouldn't complain if I'd paid for that. Not too much, like maybe $4.50 though. What do you reckon, mate? We'll knock this over, we'll get that fire going again, and I've got a couple more beers down in the fridge there.
I'm in.
I think I'm a little bit addicted to this.
That, as I said to you today, that was the biggest smile I've had in a long time. I was just ear to ear, just, this is amazing.
Definitely a completely different way to see a place, eh? I reckon I've driven through Tumut 30 times before, and then to float down the river.
This trip has been absolutely epic, but I think that it is proof that if you step just outside your comfort zone, you can have the time of your life. Cahn and I are so used to camping out of our four-wheel drives with all the mod cons, and we stripped our campsite back to bare basics and we had the time of our lives.
I couldn't agree more. I was a little bit apprehensive when we first jumped in the water, jumping right into the deep end, but after 2 days of this, I don't want it to end and I'm already planning my next trip. If this isn't enough to convince you to give kayaking a go on one of these beautiful scenic rivers, have a look at this. Just behind me, the camera crew came along on their own kayaks to film this entire adventure.
Well, that brings an absolutely epic couple of days adventure, sadly to an end, mate. I don't know about you, but I had an absolute blast.
This is so much fun, and I hope you guys liked it as well. If you did, please leave a comment, because Brenno and I are both dead keen to get out on the water and do a longer trip.
And of course, if you are keen to find out more about the gear that we've used on this adventure, then I've dropped a link in the description below. And if you're chasing one yourself, well, I put a cheeky little discount code in there for you too. That's it from us for this episode. We will catch you next time.